Welcome to Women of Egypt Talks. Today, we're delighted to host an inspiring business leader whose career spans more than 25 years across multiple industries, including energy, FMCG, and fintech. Our guest today is Rania El Adl, Chief Marketing Officer at Modupay, a strategic marketing and communications expert known for her passion for storytelling, innovation, and leadership development. Rania, welcome to Women of Egypt Talks. It is such a great honor to have you with us today.
You so much, Dina. It's an honor for me to be with you.
Likewise, and after reading your inspiring story, Rania, we really wanted to have you on Women of Egypt Talks because, your career has taken you across different industries. So from FMCG to energy and now fintech. So how did moving across these sectors reshape the way you think about leadership and communication and business growth?
Well, first, thank you for having me so much. It hasn't, I mean, industries are different for sure, but at the end of the day, when you're doing marketing, marketing is the same to whichever industry you move to. They're different, yes. Different audiences, yes. At the end of the day, they are people that you are marketing to. And people are the same anywhere in the world, in any different industry. It's always the same.
So one thing that seems to connect all the industries is the importance of understanding people.
True, is it very pursued?
Yeah.
Very in pursuit. And since whether it's your colleagues or your target audience.
Okay, that's great. So since marketing is deeply connected to storytelling, when did you first realize the power of stories in influencing people and building brands?
Storytelling, I think, is very important in your personal life, whether you're an engineer, whether you're a financier, whether storytelling is how you get your point across. Even if you're convincing your parents when you're a child to do something, you have to explain why you want to do it, what's the rationale behind it, and what's the outcome of it. So storytelling is important for our day-to-day communication in general as human beings.
Okay, that's great. So as a woman leading in fintech, which is a very rapidly evolving and highly competitive industry, and I'm not sure, correct me if I'm wrong, it's a bit male-dominated industry. What has your experience been like in building influence and establishing your voice as a female?
So far, okay, I can be clear with you. If I say as a female, then I'm already putting a barrier. I consider me, and I would love all girls to consider themselves as professionals. And as a professional, male or female, you have to gain credibility and you have to gain trust with your stakeholders, whether internal or external. And that is how you can get the buy-in from all the stakeholders, and so that they believe what you are saying and doing is the right way forward.
Very strong words. I love the way you establish your voice regardless of your gender. That's amazing.
1,000,000%. I think this is how it is and how it should be, because once you start thinking I'm a female versus a male, then you're already putting your own barriers.
Yeah, I totally agree with you.
Yeah.
So let's move to leadership, because in today's world, it's much more than business results. You've built highly performing teams throughout your career. And so what do you believe people need most from a leader today?
I genuinely believe they need several things, but I think most important is clarity, where we're going, why we're taking such actions, what's the bigger picture. Even if you're, as a department, even if you are one of the puzzles, the bits of the puzzle within the whole picture, you will never do your job right if you don't see the whole picture. And that's the leader's role, to communicate why we are doing what we are doing. So this is very important as a leader, to have your team on board with a bigger picture so that they can execute their bit properly, not just give them a spoon, feed them, you need to do this, you need to do that. No, what's the bigger picture and why they're doing that, and what's the outcome? Their outcome, how will it affect the bigger picture as well? So you have to understand where your role is and to motivate them to reach the goal of the company objective.
That's amazing. So you lead by being a role model for them, and without spoon feeding.
Well,
Yeah.
and rewarding them and giving them their space to create. At the end of the day, a leader should not execute.
Okay.
You should give them the correct brief and to inspire them enough, to motivate them enough, to give them the ownership to actually But most important is that you have to give them the clarity and honesty on the bigger picture.
Yeah, I totally agree with you, especially in a very fast changing world and industries as well.
100%. 100%.
So, in industries driven by constant innovation like fintech, how do you continue reinventing yourself professionally after more than 25 years of experience?
You always, and I believe you have to be curious. You have to be curious. You have to always see what's happening around you, whether in this industry or other industries, because actually, me moving from one industry to another, the experience I've gathered throughout these years are an asset to the next industry, even if it's not the same one, but it can be applied. So always be curious, always be open to learn, to see the different trends and to understand what's happening. This is what helps you move on to different industries. And like I said in the very beginning, whichever industry you're in, your storytelling, your marketing is the same. It's
So, the
totally
secret recipe in any industry is being curious and following the trend.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. Because the minute you believe, the minute, yes, got a long spanning career, not a spring chicken, but the minute you believe that خلاص, you know everything and you're not curious,
Hmm.
that's your downfall.
Yeah, I agree with you.
You believe it.
Course.
Yeah.
So, you believe that it's an ongoing process of learning.
Matter
Never
100%, and no matter how you are and how high you are in the corporate ladder, there is always space to learn, there's always space to grow, and there's always space to give back, and also take your learnings and cascade them to the different teams.
Hmm. It's a secret of leadership, of course. It's cascading. I agree with you, of course.
Yeah.
So when you look back on your long career, Rania, there are often defining moments that stand out. So was there a campaign or a project or a leadership moment or perhaps a milestone that you feel particularly proud of the impact you created?
That's a difficult question because it's a long career. There were quite a few of those, but if I can, I mean, I think the things, I think I would say not a particular moment, because there are a lot of alhamdulillah, a lot of successes in different industries and even in different departments I've worked in within companies. But I can say, for instance, um, moving between different roles, for me that was a feat, and I'm happy alhamdulillah that I succeeded in a lot of them, and particular tricky ones like moving from brand management to being head of trade marketing. Trade marketing is pretty much field marketing, and my whole team was a huge team, 60 people, and they're all it's a field job, and they're all male under you, and so taking the lead in that, and I was younger than a lot of them as well.
That's quite challenging, I'm sure.
Challenging but interesting, and again, the way you communicate with your team, and the way, and this is what made it easy for them to accept me as their leader, and for me to help them show their work, right? So this was I think a big milestone, this switch from brand management into trade marketing. My God, I can't, I mean, you caught me off guard here. There are quite a few things that I can be very proud of, but alhamdulillah, again, it's not a one person success, it's a team success, and it's a cross departmental success. Anything I would say, but again, to be open to take a new challenge that you did not expect. You can stay in your comfort zone. Oh, I'm marketing. Oh, I'm brand management. I'll stay in brand management for the rest of my life. From one FMCG company X, I'll move to Y, then I'll move to Z. But the trick is to be open, to move within the company in different, take different tasks, as well as move to different industries. Because at the end of the day, FMCGs is pure consumer goods, fast moving consumer goods, and then moving to the power industry, totally different, and it was more business to government, right? And then moving to fintechs is more B2B to C. So totally different industries, totally different communication, totally target audience, 2,000,000%. Every jump of those is a bit of a challenge, but every challenge to me is an opportunity to begin to learn.
That's amazing, and especially in a world dominated by AI now, it's evolving.
Oh God.
It's affecting all fields, especially marketing and social media as well.
Everything is affecting everything in our lives. It's mad.
So, do you think it's a threat for, for human element in marketing, or is it a tool that should be like every marketeer should be equipped with?
2,000,000% a tool. I really do not think it will ever be a
Mm.
threat because there has to be input to the AI to come out with output that the AI can do. And you need the human factor. You'll never eliminate the human factor. But it's a tool because I can do a job without AI that can take me a week. And with AI, I can do it in about half an hour. So it's a tool that everybody has to embrace, that you have to learn which tools work for what. And this will make you a much more efficient employee generally, not necessarily here. It just adds to your efficiency. And I think it's a beautiful tool. But it's just evolving very, very, very rapidly. So you really have to be up with all the different AI tools available on the market.
Yeah, true. I'm using it now, and I'm impressed by the speed and how efficient the output is, and really impressive acting.
Scary. I have to say it's scary. It's impressive, a bit overwhelming, a bit scary, but it will never, I would never believe that will replace the
Human elements, of course.
No.
I agree with you. So beyond achievements, Rania, leadership often comes down to how we make decisions and work with people. How do you balance strategic thinking with emotional intelligence, which is actually one of the traits of female leaders, when leading teams and making difficult decisions?
It's really difficult. Like you say, how do you balance it? It's a very difficult thing because we are, I think, naturally empathetic. But I think if you are very clear about the objectives and the KPIs, it will
What?
help you make the strategic decisions you make with your empathetic state. Again, what I always say, we spend more time at work than we do with our families.
True.
Because we're asleep for 8 hours, another 9 hours at work. You're not at home, but بالتالي you have to endorse your job and your company and your colleagues, whether your team or your other colleagues, that these are the people that you live with.
True. True.
So
Very true.
yes, so it's very, very important that you are comfortable and clear and transparent at work so that you can reach your goals. But it is a very fine line between being empathetic and taking strategic decisions. But at some point, you have to
To balance the two. Yeah.
balance. And some strategic decisions you may not be very nice to some people, but empathy does play a role in that, and the way you deliver it and the way you execute what you're meant to do.
Yeah, that's very strong words, actually, because any leader has their own like personal values, and so tell me what personal values that have guided you throughout your very extensive career, and especially during periods of uncertainty and change and transformation, which is actually one of the traits of the current in the past few years. That's we have been through COVID-19 and other like other issues that we have faced in the past few years.
I think there are quite a few, but I would say I think integrity and being honest with yourself and the people around you is very, very important. If there's something that is demanded of you that is unachievable and you see it's unachievable, you say it's unachievable and do not fear. But you have to be honest to yourself and to the stakeholders around you, because you are a value to the company. And I just feel like growing up, my dad, although I have a twin sister, by the way, he has taught us to, yes, I do. He has taught us integrity is the number one thing in the world. And this is how you get on with life. You see things how it is. You be honest about what you can do and what you can't do. In particular, there is nobody that does not make mistakes at any level in a company. Let's own it. Accept it. So integrity, I think, is very, very important. Integrity with yourself before others.
And being like flexible with whatever comes your way. I mean,
Definitely don't become complacent. You have to be agile, because it in such a rapid environment of business environment, in a everything's changing around you day by day. Listen, all AI, everything's changing. You have to be agile and to embrace new ways of work, new colleagues, new markets. You have to be agile and quick to be flexible, to move around and work around that. It's very important.
course, and success is important as well, but maintaining the balance between the personal and professional lives is quite a miss, I know, and it's quite challenging. That's
Challenging, trying. I think, yeah, of course, we all have to do it, because you do not take out your personality outside of work. You cannot take it out from your work. So you have to be the human, and you have to be the leader. You have to be the friend, and you have to be the boss. Yeah.
so you've taken so many significant professional responsibilities while maintaining the personal and family life. How did you manage to balance both? I mean,
Mm. And I'm one of these people. If I have work, I can stay in the office till 9, 10, 11 p.m. عادي جدا. But the minute I leave the office, I'm not thinking about work. And I think this is how you can balance it, because people take their work home. I'm not a big fan of work from home. People are not going to like me for saying that, because my work is in my home space for me to unwind and de-stress. That's my work-life balance. Once I'm out of the office, I'm doing my own things.
so do you have any hobbies, or I mean, in your spare time out of your office, do you have any
There you are.
hobbies? Do you play sports, or perhaps you have like an artistic taste? Like, because I know that you come from El Adl family, who are all artists and related to the artistic scene.
أنا كرانيا, I really I mean, I wouldn't say it's a hobby, but I enjoy people's company a lot. I like to be around my friends. Um, I like to be out and about. Now I'm trying to be as fit as I can. A little late for that, but I'm trying. So I do go to the gym 3 times a week. But that's the artistic. Thank you so much. No, but the artistic bit, I'm still. Even my twin sister has discovered, she was in PR as well, and she's discovered that she loves art, and she's an artist. I started painting, and she's gone through for exhibitions, and yeah, and solo exhibitions, doing great. I'm yet to find my calling, but it's never too late.
Of course, that's my motto in life. It's never too late. You can always start a new hobby, a new like any hobby or job or anything. So, as someone that who has led teams and mentored professionals across different industries, your experience offers valuable lessons for the next generation. So, what kind of impact do you hope to your journey leaves on young women entering business and leadership roles today?
Hmm. Well, for starters, never ever enter a room thinking I'm a woman. You enter a meeting room thinking I'm like everybody else sitting at this table. It's not a gender thing, because this way you would be putting your own feeling. Uh, be confident, or don't be scared of the unknown. Yes, it is scary, but go for it, and you will see that you can do it. And believe in yourself. Be curious. Um, I mean, I can list you a lot of things now, but these are the things that come top of my head. Be curious. Be open to change. Always be open to change. Be flexible. Agility is extremely important. And be empathetic. Because this is a discussion we've had that's very, very important, because even within companies that I've seen and I've witnessed, um, different departments do not have empathy for the other department, because they don't know why they need this task. So you have to understand that there are pressures that other people that you may not see, right? So always carry empathy, because that will take you a long way.
Of course, it's an added value for any,
Yes.
I mean, company. And speaking of legacy, I'd like to ask you like a broader question. What kind of legacy do you hope to leave? I mean, not only professionally, but personally, for future females or generations of women?
Well, I mean, I hope the legacy, let's put it this way, maybe the legacy I hope that I've left for the teams I have worked with is that I've given them the space to think on their own, to make choices and decisions on their own, as long as they know they guarantee the outcome of these decisions. Uh, I hope they understand the importance of team spirit, because this is very important. And I've always told any team I've worked with, whoever sees this podcast will tell you it's true, that you're only as strong as your weakest link. So the team, we all have to work together. We all have to help each other, and I hope that's a legacy I leave behind.
I'm sure they're very lucky to have worked with you. I mean, all the industries and the teams that you've worked with and led. I'm sure they are very lucky.
Thank you very much.
So, Rania, يعني before we conclude, let's end this with on a more personal note. Beyond titles and achievements, if you were asked to describe your whole journey so far in a single sentence, what would that be?
I would say it was fun. Every bit of it. It was exciting.
I love the positive vibes, really. It's lovely talking to you, really.
Thank you so much, Edina. Thank you. Thank you.
And I'm sure that you have so many things to give. I mean, you still have the energy and the positivity and the confidence. And I wish you all the best of luck in your new career in the industry you're working on now. And I'm sure that we'll have another podcast together on Women of Egypt Talks to explore more and more achievements that you have attained. And I thank you for joining us in Women of Egypt Talks, and thank you for sharing your inspiring journey and your valuable insights with us.
Thank you very much for your time. Thank you, Rudy.